Alright guys, we're at the Culver City Police Station. I'm out here with News Now Los Angeles and News Now California. Doing a First Amendment audit, checking on the cops, make sure they aren't wasting government funds. Making sure the cops are protected. And we are rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. As you can see, we see the brainwashing going on at a young age. The fear being instilled into a young person's mind. Authority being addressed at a young age. One already being taught to fear.
just let me know who the original officer was who filed the press charges against me. I want his name. Okay? And I also want to know, of all the addresses, why do they choose to send an address that I've never lived at in Santa Monica?
You're telling me way too much at once.
But see, that's why, you know, I'm like, okay.
I'm supposed to report.
Well, what's the difference? I mean, this.
And made some copies of this report. And
okay,
I walked into this.
I want to know the name of the person who press charges against me.
And I went to the
because I want to, why is my business? Because I have a right to know, number one. And number two, I also want to, I want to talk to that person. And then three, I want to know, why did he pull up an address that I've never used before instead of the one that's on my driver's license? Okay, for what reason? Well, so you're just going to play with the who's on first, who's on second? Okay, my ex was a policeman, not a police officer. Okay, so I know what can be done. And he also retired and went with the district attorney's office. I'm 55 years old. I graduated from UCLA. I graduated from UCLA. You want to see my alum card? I'm not an idiot.
And the lady said that I have to pay it here.
Yeah, but I mean, don't play me as stupid.
Is that cool? I got the little citation.
What is your question? You've asked me 3 questions. What's your question now?
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure, but they told me you have to report it that it was stolen.
Sounds like who's on first. Okay, I tell you what. Give me the name of who's the watch commander. You are the watch commander. Okay, who's the lieutenant or the captain or something? You're the lieutenant. Okay, who's your superior? Captain who? A guy being, okay, maybe at another time I can talk to him because I don't feel like who's on first, who's on second, the projection, the gaslighting. I don't feel like the re-victimization. I've already been through all of that. Basically, the bottom line is, I want to know the name
I was tripping out. I'm like, man, you look different.
Press the charges against me. Why be afraid? The damage is already done.
You're a cop.
Okay, yeah.
It's a chest thing.
Ask your superior. I've been talking to him for 50 minutes. He can tell you. I mean, ask your subordinate.
I was like, gotta be.
Ask your subordinate, and he'll tell you. Can you tell him what you know?
Yeah, it's a D501. 01.
How you doing, man?
Hi, how's it going?
All right.
It's D501.
First Amendment auditor, man. We audit the police when they stop stopping corruption.
We keep the police accountable.
Yeah, I trust me. Yeah, I'm looking for that right now. And oh, there it is. They had a warrant. They gave me a warrant because they claimed they couldn't find. Pulled an address that I have never used ever. That it's like my driver's license had this post office box for 30 years. I'm publicly lost on Jefferson. I applied for an apartment and they said, "Oh, you got some BS where this woman stole my parking space and then she mocked me, and then she turned around and was cameraing me. I don't want to be on YouTube. I'm blocking her. Now I'm battering. $23,000 for the damage. Yes.
That's crazy.
It was 60. It was like I tried to
I'm
appeal it, but it didn't
I could
work.
have handled this way back when. I mean, but
It's
now
like
I'm
120
homeless.
right now,
I'm a UCLA graduate. I'm a rape survivor. I had a preacher water twist my head, and nothing happened to him. I'm in a neck brace.
That's what the
Now,
lady said.
when anything happens to me, nothing happens to them. They get a little office, a little judge with no power. Says, "Oh well, whatever."
Yeah.
This I touched the person's glass, and all of a sudden I'm a felon, misdemeanor, and I'm like, what, really? And then by the time that I find out about it, I got 5 minutes to make a decision. Oh, you want to come back for anger management for 12 months and have a misdemeanor? I am not a criminal. I do not steal people's parking spaces. I'm an honest person. I have integrity and morals. Why should I have a title next to my name when I'm a rape survivor, where somebody raped, suffocated, left me for dead, and he's still running around? They haven't done anything to them.
That's crazy. Because they don't want that.
I had a drug deal woman, my sister, bust me in the head because I wouldn't give her drug money. Nothing happened to her. The judge in the little office told me, "Oh, you guys are both victims." Mine cost me $5,000 of plastic surgery. I'm reaching in the purse to give her a check, a $50 bill. I'm not a victim. How is she a victim? And then the man in the background says she's trying to kill you because her daughter was a beneficiary in case I died. She wanted my $150,000 in my account. But
that's crazy.
When they do things against me, nothing happens.
She said that it was, I don't know her name, it's the lady, the main lady, and she said that it would be on the...
So now they've totally erased their insanity towards me.
Exactly.
So they're telling me to go back to the judge.
Exactly.
Well, I'm the one homeless. I'm the one that's going to be at a park.
That's why I'm here. What a coincidence.
And I'm the one that's going to die because they're trying to get rid of me.
And he's smiling. He thinks something's funny. He's smiling while you talking.
I know he is. He's trying to play
Smirking
me.
the whole
I had to
time.
tell him I'm a UCLA graduate, okay? Got my degree in 3.5 years.
That's I'm cop watch. That's what I do.
55 years
Hold cops
old.
accountable.
My ex was a police man, not a police officer. You know the difference between the two? This is all sarcastic to you. This is my life. I'm an honest person. I have integrity. I'm a good person. I can only take so much. Well, to be honest, I always thought Culver City was better than LA. I always thought that you guys did a great job. I feel safer here. But what took place, somebody gaslighted me. Someone pulled a number on me, and I need to know who they are. And I have the right to investigate them.
At this point, I don't know what we're trying to find out.
Okay.
That's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time.
Yeah.
If he doesn't help you, man, you can get internal affairs.
He's having a hard time finding in the system.
Okay. He told me that.
So he's going over the records. They're the experts in working the system.
Right.
To see what they
Okay. Okay.
So we're trying to help. I don't know who you are. I'm not accusing you of being a criminal or a liar.
Well, you know what? They are. They are in court. So somebody should have got a hold of me. We should have communicated. I should have been able to talk to the person. They talk to me, and I can explain my side of what happened. But instead, what they are telling me, I know nothing. I found out everything today, and then 5 minutes later, I had to go before the judge and plead no contest, guilty, or whatever. I'm like, you know, had I been given the information properly, I could have said, well, maybe I should consult an attorney before going to court. That's not fair. Somebody did this to me intentionally.
That happened last year.
What happened? This thing happened. Well, me being in court, finding out what happened today. I just left the court and came straight here to find out what was going on. Well, the paper that I gave you that you didn't give back to me, and I'm going to need that back to me. Okay. Well, on that paper, it says everything that you're asking. It's saying when
he didn't take the time to look at it because he doesn't care.
No,
he doesn't care. And when you called him out, he was supposed to look over all your stuff,
then
came and talked to you. But what he's trying to do is talk you down.
Yeah, I know.
From
Talk
complaining.
me down and see. He just wants me to look like a woman who's full of mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're confused.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's trying to confuse
you.
Yeah. That's what he's trying. It's called gaslighting. That's a term. He's a malignant narcissist. I've already read him. So you can't win against him. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
No. I mean, do I have any more questions? I guess that's it. The only question is, I'd like to know who the person is who pressed charges against me without contacting me properly, even though I have public information that shows where I am. I didn't get a ticket. I didn't get the letter. It was sent to a false address, which caused me a warrant. 2 warrants that made me look horrible in front of the people that I'm applying for home. Now, you ought to know what it's like to try to apply for an apartment in Los Angeles with the overpopulation of all the immigrants and everyone else is coming, and the luxury building, and no one's, it's funny to you because you're chasing people like me away. My ancestors were from 1690 on both sides of my family, 620, okay? I am a true American, and it's so that I got to leave the city and state that I was born, that my ancestors are from, because there are people in the sanctuary city that are real criminals, and they get ignored. And then instead, people like my problems can't get resolved because you guys are too busy, because you're dealing with people that shouldn't even be here. And I can't find housing affordable. Okay, I've contributed to what I had to contribute. If I wasn't raped, suffocated, left for dead, then I'd be an attorney someplace, making a decent salary instead of in poverty, because you guys aren't taking the rapists, the real criminals, off the streets.
talk to her.
You guys aren't doing your jobs. You weren't doing your jobs efficiently back then. Chief Police, what did he say? 95% of the real criminals will never have to pay for their crimes.
Yes, but they went home for that.
Chief Parks, he said that percentage-wise, and of the 5% that do, they're not even going to go to prison. So, you know, and it's up, and now we've got a boatload of people that shouldn't be here, and they're here, and they're causing crime. So you guys can't spend quality time with me.
I'll bring it back.
You can't. I paid my taxes. I put in my time, but yet no one gives. And then now everyone's building luxury buildings. No one's building affordable housing. So you don't mind me being homeless. As a matter of fact, you'd like to see me dead. I'm 55 years old. Let's kill off the disabled. Let's kill off the old people. Let's kill off the poor people, because they're not going to afford to get a 1-bedroom apartment on our salaries. Now the typical 1-bedroom is $1,800. There are secretaries that make $1,800 a month. Okay, who can afford $3,000 or $2,500 for a 1-bedroom?
Can I have your card, sir? Can I have your card, please?
My card?
Yeah, your card.
Sure.
Sorry to cut you.
So the last thing I need is somebody who wants to see me homeless.
Yep. He don't care. You know, I'm a First Amendment auditor. I come out and do cop watch, and it's a coincidence that we walked in here while you was complaining, because that's why we're in here right now, to hold these cops accountable.
They get to play stupid. Oh, we don't know anything. Yeah. You know, at least let me know who my enemies are.
Huh? And he's sitting there. He didn't even read none of your paperwork, and you called him out here. He was supposed to go over your paperwork before he talked to you, but he doesn't know anything because he didn't give a care when you called him out here. He was just to call you.
He's asking me the same questions I spent 15 minutes
explaining
to him about. So
exactly.
now I got to explain it a second time, and I'm worn out.
No, that's the whole objective is to wear you out so you can leave.
Exactly.
That's what his job.
To wear me out. Did they train you guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Or is that just a narcissistic thing that you guys do? Yes, so that you don't have to work so hard. I'm just curious.
Yes. Yes.
That's a nice script. My dad always said, listen to what a person does and not what they do, what they say. Don't listen to what a person says. I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and I have what's called malignant narcissist abuse. That I have been abused by pathological liars, master manipulators, and people without a conscience. And they come in all kinds. That's called the predatorial stare.
And why did the other guy tell you?
Stare people.
Yeah, to get you to run off.
Yeah, well, it's a predatorial stare because it's blank. There's no substance there behind there. It's just a script. You know, something to say. It's not genuine. It's not sincere. It's not from the heart. He doesn't really care about my life, whether I'm alive or dead, because it takes a conscience.
So which one do I sign?
People want to get jobs because they qualify to get jobs because they
make sure you get your paper back because they'll try to keep it.
Yeah, I know. Basically, it's rescinded, but yeah, you know, my ex. To be honest, the reason why the only thing I refused to do was to marry him. He went undercover for 8 years and had got a drug problem. Okay, and unbeknownst to me, and held me hostage for 6 years. That's where the first post-traumatic stress disorder came. But then some kind of way, years later, he wants to make amends and says, I did everything I could to keep you from going to law school. So I'm like, but not only that, when you set somebody up, when you rip their nervous system and you take away their ability to fight back, then we become victims to everybody. But at least I know the game. I'm a good person. I have a conscience. I have a relationship with God. It's like I don't deserve this. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to get out of the city and state. I'm trying to go someplace where they have some sense. I don't get this sanctuary city stuff. I really don't. I don't understand how a person can come here from Mexico and sell 10 kilos and they get captured and then released, and yet you steal a Snicker bar and then you got to go to jail for it. And you're a citizen, a law-abiding citizen. I don't understand how, somebody can rape you and twist your head and do all these things and cause you all these problems and nothing happens to them. But because I kick somebody's window to try to keep them from filming me, I don't mind you guys filming because I think it's an honorable intention. But this woman was filming me, mocking me for YouTube. And I don't want to be on YouTube. Ask me.
The same thing that cop did to you, the LA City attorney did to me. He hacked my Instagram and put my lawsuit in my name. And the same thing they did, let a person use your name and send you something that you know nothing about. Yeah, it's out of the blue. You find out.
I'm embarrassed. I got the dean of West LA backing my name for this apartment, and then they got a warrant, and then they make it horrible looking. I mean, you would think she was laid out. I mean, I've been laid out.
You know what that is?
Anything happened to those people? No.
That's to protect
she was on
the
the
guy.
other side of the glass. I never even had anything to do with her.
You have to touch somebody to better.
Yeah.
Well, it was glass. That's all. I'm trying to block her from filming me because I'm thinking, I don't want my face. These young kids, you know how they are. Filming you with
they're
everything.
disrespectful.
Yeah, disrespectful.
Yeah.
She doesn't
For a
take
laugh.
spot. And it's like, come on, give me a break. You saw me there 15 minutes, but it's overpopulated now over there on Jefferson.
Yeah.
I used to be able to take out my frustrations, like climbing up the hill, you work out. It was like nature. Now it's like, it feels like the border of San Diego. Everybody's coming in. No one speaks English. It's like, this is stressful.
Oh, the Culver City stairs.
The stairs.
Oh, okay.
It was so crowded. The parking, it was during the summer. And it's like, where are these people coming from?
You know a good spot that's not used right now is
I'm moving to Nevada.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm through with California. It's just, there's nothing I can do,
Yeah, but they just built it. It's right on top of La Cienega.
Okay.
Or La Brea. It's right there on La Brea. They just finished. It's got it's got a little parking place there, and then you can take the trails around.
Yeah, I think I've got to leave.
So how'd you find out about this?
About what?
That you had to go to court?
I applied for an apartment in Nevada. And they said, oh, your credit is good and this and that and everything,
But you got a warrant.
And then they said, you got a warrant. No, they didn't even say I had a warrant. I mean, they said, you're a felon and you got a misdemeanor. I'm like, what?
Broke no law, huh?
I did it. So then when I got the paper to see what the company, it said no warrant. And I went down there and then they said, no, it's a misdemeanor. But I said, all this is stressful. When you got someone with post-traumatic stress disorder, our nervous system is shot. It's just like, it's like having strokes in the nervous system.
All day.
So when you're hearing this insanity, it breaks you, it tears you down, it fatigues you, takes you to a place of depression where you can't fight the injustice.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay, am I being gang stalked? Or am I just being chased out of my birth city, my state, What are they trying to do?
Did you work in West LA?
I graduated. I got an AA from West LA. I got a bachelor's from UCLA. I paid off my student loan in 2 years.
You was about to take off.
I was about to go to law school, but at the time I was being held hostage by.
No, I'm talking about right now. You were about to take off to
Nevada,
and you thought you were until
I thought I was
until this guy right here let his cops do this to you.
When I was in court, 5 minutes later, they want me to go in before the judge, and she's like, "Well, do you want 12 months of anger management and the next year and have the misdemeanor by your name?" And I'm like, "I'm not a criminal."
Yeah.
I don't hold this tight, especially when somebody's twisted my neck and put me in a neck brace. Nothing happened to them. I mean, that wasn't Culver City's fault. It was LAPD's fault. But I've got it in my sight that you can rape, suffocate me, leave me for dead. Now I'm forced on retirement. And nothing happens to these people, but this person's on the other side of the glass, and I got a misdemeanor, and I'm a good person who doesn't steal people's parking spaces.
Look at the other. He just is smiling, playing with the car. He didn't give a hell what you.
He
doesn't give a
I'm sorry.
It's sad.
I found the case that you're talking about.
Okay.
I wrote down the report number. It starts with 17-.
Okay, can you do it not on my paper because that goes to my apartment place in Nevada so I can make sure I get it? It's my personal information, okay? I want to see who the cop is. I'm
going to give you that.
Yeah, on another piece of paper.
I write it on my business.
Okay, that's fine.
Excellent for the police report.
Can I have my stuff? Because I have...
Give you everything back.
Okay. I have to give that to my apartment people and hope that they will allow me to move into this apartment without thinking that I'm going to harm people. One thing I noticed about sociopaths and malignant narcissists, they project what they're guilty of on their targets and their victims.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's a new wave of information that's coming out so that we'll understand what sociopaths and malignant narcissists do. Whatever they're guilty of, they make us guilty of it.
Information. This is my information. That's going to be the report number to your case. That's the detective who is in charge of your case. File the case with the court.
Okay.
And that's his phone number.
Okay.
I should understand. Any questions you have regarding the case?
Okay, can you give him my cell phone and then leave a message for him to call me at his convenience so that we can, you know, it helps me to understand what's going on. And basically, what's important for me is to find out how he did not give my appropriate address. You know, how did he give an address that's not mine, that I don't use, when I've been using the same address and it's on my driver's license? I would think the address that comes up on your driver's license or the one at DMV is the one that you would use. I don't know what you guys got over there in that computer system because nobody else seems to have it. I'm sorry, I don't know my number by heart. Okay, here it is right here, the top number, the 908 number, area code 310. This is the kind of stuff that kills people. This kind of stress kills good people.
That's what they want to do. They take the mailboxes out so the elderly can't go drop the mail off, so they can be late on their rent and get put out.
Well,
they know what they're doing.
I'm 55. I'm considered a senior citizen in a lot of areas, so they want us dead.
This is what I'm going to give the detective, your name, your phone number, and that's the report number. That way he knows who to call.
I appreciate it.
And what you're talking about.
Thank you. Okay. So this is your stuff, and this is my stuff. Yeah, because that's uncalled for, you know, sending it to somebody else or sending it to an address that's not mine. That's the part where I hope you guys, you know, something's not right. You know, you got to get a hold of us. No, you didn't handle this case, so my beef, you know, yeah, but he didn't want to, you know, look it up at all, and I'm like, I don't want to leave until I know who this person is.
Hey, can I have your card, sir? Excuse me. Can I have your card?
Excuse me?
I was talking to him. Yeah, I was talking to him. Can I have your card, please?
Yeah, and he wanted to rush me on when somebody else came in, and his permission to drop what you're doing with me and go on to somebody else.
Well, as you can see, he was busy earlier. That's why I came up here.
Well, I appreciate it, but he didn't want to finish me. You know, he didn't want to finish what it is I
Hey, can you get it? I need to go.
I was setting a foundation because, you know, you may not think it's important for me to set a foundation, but it is because it's my life. You know, you guys are supposed to be to protect and serve. You got people who's going to be homeless, and my name is everything. I don't have money. All I have is my honorable name. Okay? I'm human. Okay, thank you.
You have a nice day, man.
You too.
You have a good day.
You too.
We do.
Thank you, sir.
We're at the Culver City Station. These guys actually sent this lady a police report to a place address she doesn't even live, and he didn't really want to look it up. So we're doing a little investigation. So we'll look and see who this guy is. You guys feel free to go ahead and call in to the Culver City Station and check on this officer.
It'll work out for you.
So where is this going?
This is going to go. We have different
You could,
YouTube channels called News Now California.
Well, give me your information so I can.
Okay, you got a pen, and you can check mine. Mark Bacon, Stop Corruption, and that's
I know
all.
you guys are trying to do good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I used to do this. As a matter of fact, Willie Williams. I worked
The old
with him.
chief, huh?
I worked with him against anti-police abuse because they were abusing the women. They were raping the women.
way back when, and the men, they were beating them.
I'll get it for you.
And
I'll write it
oh,
down for you.
okay.
You got so much stuff in your hands.
I got both of their cars, so I'm gonna call in and make a complaint. Because there's something else.
Yeah, well, you saw it.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah. And they do it to us women. Women, we get abused the most. We get disrespected like we're crazy, and we're not.
There's nothing you did in there that anybody
I'm
would
just-
mock.
I'm glad MARK BACON.
Nothing. The way you handled it was right to the core.
Stop corruption.
Nothing you did, nobody would mock.
I didn't even
You
know
got a
you guys
space
were back
to
there.
stop corruption
That's
for my
hilarious.
name.
It just so
Just put a
happened
line
because we.
slash through.
But I noticed his attitude changed when you guys came by.
Absolutely.
That's why I was
Of
like,
course.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
And
He was smiling. He was smirking.
He's a chump.
He didn't want to help you.
He was trying to look you in your eyes like he was tough and give you little fake mean mugs. That was to scare you off. What he wanted to do is run you off. He was going to talk to you long enough to where you basically gave up, to where you didn't want to pursue the paperwork.
But he didn't know me. I was going to pursue it. I'm a fighter.
Right.
You know why? Because all I have is me. All I have is my name. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I try to do the right thing. So when you love yourself, you know, it's not about material things.
There you go.
That's all I have.
And on mine too, you can look up a true story of Mark Bacon. That's my real name right there. And you'll see exactly what just happened to you. You won't believe it. Exactly what just happened to
What's
you.
your last name, Mark?
BACON, like bacon you eat. And LA City, the head prosecutor, LA City attorney, the head, did the same thing to me that cop just did to you. And that's how big it gets, but that's how small it starts from. When they start how everything you just went through, and then now the cop start attacking you. Ain't that a coincidence? I'm seriously. After everything you say, you just told, I just met you.
I'm going to tell you, somebody did something nasty. They went and took an address that doesn't even belong to me and sent this stuff to it. So somebody must have said, you know, but my thing is, why? Well, why are you gaslighting me? Why are you, what is it, gang stalking me? Why did you do that? What benefit is it that you have to gain from that?
Make a quota. They're gangbangers. They're the worst people in the world. The cops, they killed LAPD and all these just police in California.
I didn't know this was still going on.
Oh, it's getting worse.
They're locking up all the men who they have left, the women to attack. They're throwing all the men. They're doing gang abductions, loosening
It's
vapor
going to take
lawsuits.
away everybody's guns. Why? So that they can bully us and we can't protect ourselves?
Exactly.
It's like I'm a rape survivor. I mean, come on. I get bullied and I'm getting old now and I thought it would get better. No. It's like when you're old, then, you know, these people are sadistic. They like to see people hurt.
I'm glad you stood up for yourself. You was in there handling your own.
You handled it perfectly.
You did what you were supposed to. You didn't need us because you had them in check.
Right.
But we made them move a little faster. But you was doing
You're a
it.
little angel.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
God bless
permission
you.
to put it up.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Nancy Jackson.
Nancy Jackson.
Yeah.
Mark Bacon.
And
Nancy.
remember, I am a UCLA graduate. I'm
Okay.
not dumb.
Okay. I used to work at UCLA in the Pauley Pavilion. I used to be a supervisor over there cleaning it up.
Nancy, nice meeting you. Philip. Nice pleasure.
Jason.
I love your blue eyes.
Thank you.
All right.
I karaoke and sing. What is that? Close to you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right,
We're in
Nancy.
Nevada.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care. Bye.
Don't worry about it. Let them be the reason you stay away from these cocksuckers. All right. Drive safe.
Be well.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And that was my Culver City audit. You won't believe how we actually caught the cops in the middle of corruption, doing what they do best, disturbing people's housing, threatening people's freedom. These guys are out of control. LAPD, Culver City Station, and we are